Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Yvonne Nobles podcast, New You Going Places, where we always celebrate people around the world doing amazing things in their business and having epic breakthroughs day after day. Today, we are honored to be joined by Miss Deidra Denny, all the way from Alabama, USA. She's actually a happiness empowerment transformational life coach, and she has a coaching business, Confetti Out of the Box. And as a newlywed and a dog mom, she loves empowering others to change their lives for the better. Thank you so much, Deidre, for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing phenomenal. We always get things kicked off with a bit of an icebreaker. So if you could share something with the listening audience that's a hidden gem, something that most people don't know about you.
Um, I have a goal of becoming a bikini bodybuilder model.
Awesome. How long have you had that goal?
Um, about a year. I'm in the process of losing weight because I'm
Uh-huh.
overweight, and so I'm in the process of losing the weight, and that's my ultimate goal.
Gotcha. Wow. And as someone who's also in that process, I'm here to attest that it's not easy, but I love how you are determined because it all comes down to mindset, right?
Oh yeah, and my mindset changed a lot in the last year and a half.
Okay, tell us about that. What happened for you?
Um, I have my own personal life coach, and I met him through online, and we got talking, and he changed my life.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. So, hope that message comes across loud and clear that all of us need someone cheering in our corner, giving us support and accountability, because that's when the big changes and the magic shows up. That is great. So, really, really curious, Deidre, if you could take us back to the beginning, tell us about your professional journey into being an entrepreneur. When were you first bitten by the bug and knew that you wanted to have a business?
Well, actually, it started in my mid 20s. I had these like visions of like starting different types of businesses, and I was like, it finally just led me like life just led me to life coaching, and I don't know, I was helped so much by having a life coach
Hmm.
that, and I've always wanted to help people like that. My main goal in life is to help others succeed and to do better and all those kinds of things, and that's what I center my business is modeled around,
Beautiful.
and also my YouTube channel that I have and my social media. Like I try to be positive and a light versus, you know, negative Nancy.
Look at that. And I think it's important to emphasize there's really not a middle ground. Either we're finding ourselves team positive or team negative. And what have you found is important to stay positive, even when life throws you curveballs and things get a little tough?
Um, I would say like realizing that your circumstances will change. Like don't get stuck there in the midst of the circumstance and kind of prolong your journey in the circumstance. Like, and I've learned to be solution driven. So when I'm faced with a problem, I'm automatically looking for a solution. And that was
Love
one
it.
thing my life coach Joe taught me, was to be solution based. So like if I were going to give somebody some advice, I would say look for solution to your
Mm,
problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
just be with a solution based.
Hmm. Yeah, that's like amazing advice because unfortunately, It's true that life is going to have its problems. There's no way to escape that. But you're right that it seems like so many get stuck in that loop of the problem. And, it makes me think my mom used to love the Flintstones when I was little, and we watched that cartoon. And there was a character who always had a cloud over his head, a rain cloud. And it was always terrible things happening while everyone else had sunshine and was happy. He always had these problems just raining down on him. And, the point was, it all depends on what you choose to look at. Like you said, do you get stuck in the problem or do you look for the solution and get out of that problem as quickly as possible? So, what have you found to be great solutions? What are things that can help you when you're in the middle of these problems to kind of turn things around?
Well, this may sound counterintuitive, but failing faster.
Hmm.
Like with my weight loss journey, like I haven't lost a bunch of weight, but what I have done though is failed faster to learn the habits that I need to learn.
Hmm.
And I feel like if you fail faster, and you realize that failure is going to be part of the journey too, and you kind of welcome it like a friend and don't get stuck in it, like I was saying before. Like, I feel like failing has helped me,
Mm.
like, if that makes any sense.
You know what it makes me think of, Deidre? It's kind of like if you're trying to cross over this deep pond, you can try to jump it in one leap, or you can take the little stones along the way. And that's what failures are. They're just little stepping stones that are helping you get to your next level. But some people unfortunately think it's embarrassing or it's wrong to fail. So they won't even take the first step and they won't even start the journey. So you're absolutely right. Fail faster and learn from it and come out bigger and better than ever. I love that. So tell us something. When you feel like you're running on empty, what exactly do you do to reset? How do you refuel?
Um, that is a great question. Like I have I suffer with mental illness, so for me, sometimes my illness creeps up on me,
Hmm.
and so those times when I have to reset, and I would say sitting with your feelings,
Yeah.
because for me, sometimes I don't really recognize I'm going too much and not sitting with the feeling, and then the feelings start creeping up, and then that causes me to trip up. And so like I would say, just sit with your feelings.
That's profound because it seems a lot of people don't like that and they run from those feelings. But guess what? We can't outrun them, right? They're going to get to us one way or another.
Well, the thing about it is though, is I've learned if I let it, I call it letting it marinate.
Hmm.
Just sit with your feelings, cry if you need to cry, scream in a pillow if you need to do that. And if you get angry, be angry and vent in a journal or to a close personal person that you trust. And it just, I just, yeah.
No, those are all powerful methods. Absolutely. And I think you gave us so many options. That's beautiful because it's not a one size fits all. Something that might work well for someone may not be as advantageous for someone else. So you kind of got to fill out what's ideal. And you brought up an interesting topic with mental health. It's something that, due to the pandemic and the severity of a lot of situations facing us right now, more and more people are dealing with it. What would you say is your opinion as far as people's handling that or being supportive when someone becomes aware that they have a friend or a relative who's fighting mental illness?
Um, I would say always ask the question, how can I support you?
Beautiful.
And give that person the support that they want. Like sometimes people don't want certain things, so you kind of have to be uh like welcoming and not do what they don't want you to do, but do what they feel would help them. Um, for example, uh, I had some family and they asked me how they could help me.
Hmm.
And I said, well, you could visit me a couple times a month when you come in town. And sadly, they refused to do that. And I was really hurt by that.
Mm.
But I kind of learned a lesson with it. Like, I had to let them go, like, as toxic people because they were hindering my mental health instead of helping it.
That is
So I
huge.
feel like, I feel like if you have toxic people in your life, like whether it be a friend, a coworker, a family member, sometimes you have to like cut those people out of your life, and it does hurt in some cases. Like I was very hurt, I had to do it, but I just felt like more traumatized than helped and loved.
Wow. Deidre, that you're so brave. I think it says remarkable volumes when it comes to each and every one of us need to assess, am I helping or am I hindering? What is my role in my friend or my family's life? But then each one of us has to turn around and look at our own situation and proactively decide, are we going to allow the toxicity or the negativity to continue hanging out? Like, we can't let that stay rent free. It's time to give them the boot and protect ourselves. So good on you for doing that, and wishing you continued success there. So,
Yeah, like it was hard for
mm,
me to cut my parents off because I do love them, but at the same time, I had to realize that I need to love myself enough to say enough was enough.
mm. Yeah, that's tough, but by the same token, what's beautiful is knowing everyone goes through seasons. And so because someone might not be a good fit right now, doesn't mean they stay in that box. We allow them the opportunity to grow, but not to our detriment. So that is wonderful. Wonderful. So, so far, you've done so many things between starting a business, being newlywed, and having a pup baby. So, what is it, which accomplishment that you've done so far are you the most proud of? What brings you the most joy?
Actually, it's something completely different. Uh, I am so proud of the changes that I made in myself over this last year and a half.
Mm,
Like, I went from negative, suicidal, depressed to now I'm like loving life. I'm more positive. I'm not like completely arrived at the positivity, but I catch it more.
oh,
And I think even the best positive people, sometimes slip up, and I may not have reached that yet, but and self love, like giving myself self love. Like before I went on this journey, I would never have treated someone else the way I was treating myself.
hmm.
And I mean, the change in me is like 180 different. Like I've started doing more housework, cooking more dinners. I started a life coaching business. I have a craft business. So, and I take care of Handsome. That's my baby, my lab kitty. So, like, I would say the self love helped every area of my life. And it even helped my relationship with my husband, Matthew. And Matthew's been my cheerleader all along. And he was the one to give me this gift of time and allow me the time over the years to change, and now it's paying off. Like,
Aw.
we've been together 8 years, so it was a long time coming for me to change, but I had to change my mindset. And my mindset, like, I believe you go through seasons. So, like, you'll, like a domino effect. Like, you start working on your journey and the dominoes start falling, and they start falling faster and faster and faster and faster. And then as you go along, it's making a picture of some sort.
Okay.
And so I just, like, if I could give a shout out to uh, a couple people, it would definitely be my husband Matthew and my life coach Joe, because without them, I would not be where I am today. And I'm so thankful and so blessed
Hmm.
not to be where I was.
That is fantastic. Lovely. Yeah. So, and just, I guess going back to, where you were versus where you are now. I know that you mentioned you had the support of your husband, the support of the life coach. What other elements do you think played a big role in you finally deciding to take the leap, do the work, and make the change?
Um, I would say it happened by accident or by faith,
Huh.
because, like, I was just in this chat, but like I wasn't enjoying the chat because everybody was negative. Everybody was like enabling everybody else.
Hmm.
And when I come across Joe, like, he really helped me make a decision of, like, I get to make the decision that I feel best for me. And so, yeah, like, I just, what was the question again? I, like, my mind
No,
gave
it's
me.
okay. We're always getting a lot of things going on the inside. But just that element of you had the support of your hubby, you had the support of your life coach. And what was it that finally got you to say, I'm going to take the leap and make the change now? What happened and really fell in place for you a couple years
I
back?
think it was one of the first breakthroughs I had in life coaching.
Mm,
Like, I had several breakthroughs throughout. I had a lot of breakthroughs, but I don't remember all of the breakthroughs. Like, I probably should have took more notes about the breakthroughs that I did have, but some of the breakthroughs I had, like, we did a visualization exercise
okay.
where we imagined me as a room, and in that room I got to see what I felt I would represent in a room. And it was cluttered, it was like piled up with clothes, it was just horrible, right?
Mm,
And so then we went to the part of the exercise where I cleaned up the room. And so in my mind, visualizing, I opened the windows and I just chunked all of the trash, like the clothes and the clutter, out the window. And then my room was nice and neat. And I really felt like that represented the inside of me.
mm.
And it was just amazing that that one exercise could do so much and could be so powerful. And then another exercise that we did uh was what was it called? Oh, I did. I'm very creative. I'm
Okay.
creative minded, and I come up with a picture. and it was after one of these breakthroughs, and it was a heart. I wish I would have thought about it because I don't know exactly where it is, but it's a heart, a
Mhm.
human heart, has a dagger through it, and the blade of the dagger is a rose, and it's dripping blood, and there's flowers on one side,
Mhm.
and a person twirling around, and then on the other side is the rain, and it represents my journey in life coaching. The reason why there's a dagger through the heart is because it was hard work.
Mhm.
And that's one thing I think a lot of people don't think of when it comes to life coaching as a client. They don't realize the hard work that's going to be involved in it, and the how taxing emotionally it can be for
Right.
you,
Mhm.
because you face your triggers head on, and your life coach is just there to like hold your hand through it to get you to the other side. Like life coaching, you don't do it for the person, you just are there to assist them and to facilitate them to get the result that they want.
Absolutely. Yeah, I always say it's like we're just tour guides and it's their journey and the answers are already inside them. We just stand by patiently and keep them on the path. So I love that. And if you get an opportunity to find that art piece, make sure you send it over because I can include it in the write-up. So it's something
Okay,
that everyone can see.
I
But
just don't. I know I have it. I just gotta find it.
that's all right. Speaking of the write-up, if anyone wants to get in touch with you and learn more about the services that you offer, what's the best way for them to reach you?
The best way to reach me is my email at 360DLD, all lowercase, at gmail.com, or on my YouTube channel. It's my personal channel, Deidra Denny Daily Dreamers. And I do have a business, uh, life coaching business YouTube channel, but I haven't worked with it enough to remember the name. I think it's Confetti Out of the Box
Okay,
is the
awesome.
name of that one. But you can definitely reach me at Deidra Denny's Daily Dreamers or my email.
Beautiful. And I'm going to make sure you send me active links so that if someone opens it up, they can just click right on it. But also curious, what are you working on right now? What new projects of yours should everyone be on the watch for?
Well, actually, my life coach has offered me a like business opportunity to
Yay.
go in with him and for him to train me and for me to get certified through him and his uh school that he went through. And so I'm doing that. And I'm also going to be working with him with some business ventures and some business ideas. So I'm trying to come up with some free resources that would be helpful. Pretty much, I have a feeling my niche is going to be anxiety and depression clients,
Hmm.
probably more women than men, although I would love to work with a male, but I've yet to find uh, a male that would be interested. But I have found some women interested in my services. So, yeah.
Awesome. So clearly we have a lot to look forward to and I'm glad that you make that distinction too. I went through something similar at the outset of my business where it was predominantly women I was working with, but then I had some men come forward that were like, "Hey, we need this too." So it's a combination of awareness on their part of being ready, willing, and able to take that journey. But yeah, the beauty of having a coach, as you mentioned earlier, is just knowing that you have the necessary support because growing through that growth and all those levels on your own, you can do it, but it takes a lot more time and it's a bit more difficult when you don't have someone there to kind of point out your blind spots. So, really, really nice. Now, as we come to the conclusion of our session today, very, very curious. This is a hypothetical question. If you could go back in time 20 years, and you had just a couple of minutes to speak with your younger self, what would you say?
Um, I would say take more risk in life. Like, I think I played it so safe because I was scared of my mental health.
Mm,
And I also would tell myself not to rely as much on like the medical field as I have with my mental health. And I have found other alternate ways for healing other than the traditional Western medicine.
mhm,
So looking into I'm looking into a variety of methods now, and I'm used to a couple of interesting methods like hypnosis and stuff like that. And so I would definitely tell my younger self to, risk big or go home and not to rely on the medical community for your mental health as a sole support.
That is very, very profound. And, the real intent of that question is a parting gift for you. So 20 years from now, you're still telling yourself, take those big risks. Make sure you have plenty of options when it comes to all levels of health, because we know that you have amazing things coming your way, Deidra. So, do you have any closing parting words for those that are listening in today?
Yeah. Remember that happiness starts with you.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so, so much for coming through today. We just want to remind everyone to remember every day is a gift. That's why they call it the present. So live it to the max. Make sure that you let the ones you love know how you feel. Celebrate life every day. And Deidre, we thank you for being a wonderful, phenomenal guest. Look forward to chatting again with you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to share this video and like, comment, and subscribe. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at NewYouWow. Until next time, stand tall in your power and remember, your belief in yourself is your superpower.